Welcome to the Zombie Story Zone, your ultimate destination for thrilling tales that bring the undead to life. Today, we present an epic journey filled with bravery, dark magic, and an undead menace in the brave siblings who rescued the princess from the dark sorcerer. Prepare for a story of courage, love, and the fight against an unrelenting evil. If you enjoy immersive storytelling, don't forget to hit like, subscribe to our channel, and press the bell icon so you never miss a new tale. Share this story with your friends and fellow zombie enthusiasts. We'd love to hear from you, so drop a comment below and let us know how you like the story and how we can make the Zombie Story Zone even better. Your feedback is what keeps our channel alive. Now, settle in as we dive into this dark and twisted adventure. Let the story begin. The land of Era, with its golden rivers and emerald forests, was once a bastion of peace and prosperity. It was ruled by the benevolent King Elmbrook, whose daughter, Princess Seraphina, was known for her grace and compassion. But Era's tranquility shattered the day the dark sorcerer, Malakar, descended upon the royal castle with his army of undead. He abducted Seraphina, proclaiming she would be the key to his eternal dominion. Among the citizens who heard of this atrocity were two siblings, Cael and Lyra. They lived in the remote village of Elmbrook, tucked away in the shadow of the Mistwood. Orphaned at a young age, they had relied on each other to survive. Cael, the elder brother, was a skilled swordsman, while Lyra was a healer with an uncanny ability to commune with nature. Their bond was unbreakable, forged through years of hardship and mutual sacrifice. When news of the princess's abduction reached Elmbrook, the siblings were determined to act. Not out of duty to the crown, but because they despised the shadow Malakar cast upon their homeland. "If we do nothing, his darkness will consume everything," Lyra said, her green eyes blazing with conviction. Cael nodded, gripping the hilt of his sword. "Then let's end it." Their journey began in the Mistwood, a labyrinthine forest said to house ancient spirits. The air was thick with fog, and the trees seemed to whisper secrets in an unknown tongue. Lyra's connection with nature proved invaluable as she guided them through treacherous paths and identified plants with healing properties. One night, as they camped near a shimmering stream, Lyra noticed something strange. The water's reflection showed a figure standing behind her, a woman cloaked in white. When Lyra turned, no one was there. "What is it?" Cael asked, noticing her unease. "A spirit," she whispered. "It's trying to warn us." As they pressed forward, they encountered their first wave of the undead, once villagers, now mindless husks. Cael fought fiercely, his blade flashing like lightning, while Lyra used her abilities to shield them with barriers of glowing vines. When the battle ended, they noticed a strange sigil glowing on the ground where the undead had fallen. Lyra traced it with her fingers. "This is Malakar's mark," she said. "He's watching us." After weeks of perilous travel, they reached the base of Malakar's fortress, an obsidian tower that pierced the stormy sky. Surrounding it was a moat filled with a black, writhing liquid that seemed alive. At its gate stood a guardian, a towering zombie knight clad in corroded armor. "Stay back," Cael warned, charging forward. The knight swung a massive blade, its edge stained with the souls of the fallen. The clash of steel echoed across the desolate landscape. Cael's agility and precision matched the knight's brute strength, but it was Lyra who turned the tide. She summoned the energy of the land, causing roots to burst from the ground and entangle the knight, giving Cael the opening to strike the final blow. Inside the fortress, the air was thick with the stench of decay. The siblings navigated its labyrinthine halls, facing traps and more undead horrors. They finally reached Malakar's chamber, where he sat on a throne of bones, the princess bound in chains of shadow at his feet. "Fools," Malakar sneered. "Do you think you can defy me?" Cael raised his sword, but Malakar waved a hand, and the shadows came alive, swallowing him whole. Lyra cried out as her brother disappeared, but Malakar only laughed. "You cannot defeat me. My power is eternal." Left alone, Lyra's mind raced. She knew she couldn't overpower Malakar, but she had something he didn't, a connection to life itself. Closing her eyes, she reached out to the spirit of the land, the same entity that had guided her in the Mistwood. A voice echoed in her mind. To save him, you must give a part of yourself. Without hesitation, Lyra agreed. A surge of energy coursed through her, and the room erupted in blinding light. When it faded, Malakar staggered back, his shadows dissipating. Cael emerged, unharmed but confused. Lyra, what did you do? He asked, noticing her pallor. No time, she replied. We end this now. Together, they fought Malakar. Cael's sword strikes were precise and unrelenting, while Lyra's newfound power kept the shadows at bay. With a final, desperate blow, they shattered the Dark Sorcerer's staff, the source of his power. Malakar let out a guttural scream as his body disintegrated into ash. As the chains of shadow around Princess Seraphina dissolved, the siblings rushed to her side. She smiled weakly, thanking them for their bravery. But as they prepared to leave, Lyra stumbled, clutching her chest. Her eyes filled with tears as she looked at Cael. I'm sorry, she whispered. The pact, it's taking its toll. Before Cael could respond, the princess stepped forward. Her demeanor shifted, her eyes glowing a deep crimson. You've done well, she said, her voice cold and unrecognizable. But I'm afraid your journey ends here. Malakar's laugh echoed through the chamber. Did you truly think killing me would break my hold? He taunted, I am eternal, and now my new vessel will ensure my reign. The siblings watched in horror as Seraphina transformed, her form twisting into a grotesque amalgamation of beauty and decay. Lyra, using the last of her strength, created a barrier around her and Cael. We have to leave, she said weakly. We can't win this fight. Cael hesitated, his heart torn between fighting and fleeing. But Lyra's pale face made the choice for him. He carried her out of the crumbling fortress as Seraphina, or what she had become, laughed maniacally, the undead rising once more to her call. Back in Elmbrook, Cael tended to Lyra, who was barely clinging to life. The land of Lyra had been saved from Malakar, but the cost was immense. The princess was lost, and a new darkness loomed on the horizon. We'll find a way to fix this, Cael vowed, holding Lyra's hand. She smiled faintly. We always do. As the first rays of dawn broke through the mist, Cael felt a renewed determination. Their journey was far from over, but together, they would face whatever came next. In the distance, the faint glow of the Mistwood beckoned, promising secrets yet to be uncovered. Unbeknownst to the siblings, deep within the ruins of Malakar's fortress, a hidden chamber lay untouched. Within it, a forgotten tome rested on an ancient pedestal, its pages glowing with a faint, eerie light. The sigil of Malakar's mark adorned the cover, but within its depths lay secrets that even the Dark Sorcerer had feared to unlock. As the dust settled, the tome's cover began to shift, its pages turning on their own. A shadowy figure emerged, neither Malakar nor entirely human, its form a blend of arcane energy and malicious intent. The figure looked toward the horizon, where the siblings had fled, and whispered, the game is far from over. Far away, Cael and Lyra felt an
Zombies lurking everywhere, that's